Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. No, I'm playing. I was just thinking about Tiger King recently. Cool cats and kittens. Carol Baskins.
I still haven't watched that.
Seriously? Never? Oh, man. That was
You
a
never got
pandemic
around to
classic.
it.
That
A
was
pandemic classic. You have to watch Tiger King. Anywho, this isn't Tiger King. This is Tech File. We got some a lot in store this week. We got NFL games. The playoffs is winding down. We got championship weekend coming up. We got some key injuries in the NBA. All-star starters named. Plus, Saturday night main event taking place for WWE. So a lot to get into. We ain't gonna hold y'all. Let's start the show.
Hit him hard. Let's go. Red T-E-C-K. Running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game like E-Game. Miscellaneous. Speaking real talk for the entertainment. Other podcasts stand the game up when they get stuck back down like a WrestleMania. Tell them that they better get their nose ready at a home city. And I'll get it boss, keeping on the low setting. And you know what you say, so we never gotta get tight than everybody else. They should get ready. Ain't nobody else doing this like I. Better keep them cameras and microphones hot, cause this one's a vibe. Gotta run this race with my tribe. Going live with the pie. Do it like there's no tomorrow. Came to my ear later. Shout out to my point guard. We about to hit them hard. Got them throwing in the tap. Tell the red blow the whistle. This is technical file.
Welcome to episode 423 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And this your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. What up, though?
I'm the Eric J.
Only known as
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the Ralph T. for Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports. Not with us this week is Kay Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman. 24/7. Better known as his Bears were at home just like the Packers. So he's saying
Cancun Ken.
Cancun Ken.
No,
That's who it is this week. He said he had to work. And all I'm not going to say what his job is on the air, but snow affects his job. And all I want to say is I don't see no snow. I think this was a
very conveniently timed
DNP heartbroken over the Bears losing the way they lost in the playoffs and not being used to playoff pain and needing some time to get that together. That's what I think. Anyway.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's a different pain. But before we talk more about the NFL playoffs and all that good stuff, first, shout out to Serial Sensei, Tech File Fan of the Week. First person in the comments for the show. Shout out to Serial Sensei. Secondly, make sure you're following the podcast everywhere that you can on all the socials at Technical File, TECKNICALFOUL on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, Technical File Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. On the YouTube side of things, make sure you like up the video, comment, share it with friends. All that stuff helps other people find us in this world of nothing but algorithms. So make sure you comment. It helps out a lot. Of free way to really, really support the show. And we go live every Tuesday in the evening around 6:37 p.m. So come be part of the show as well on the YouTube side of things. All right. Now that the housekeeping is out of the way, it's time to talk some NFL football here because, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a little nervous during the divisional round, but we'll talk more about it. So, championship week is the one that we're looking ahead to. That's coming up here in the distance. But what was behind us, the divisional round, we saw the Broncos defeat the Bills 33-30. We saw the Patriots defeat the Texans in a defensive game like a mug, 28-16. We saw the Seahawks defeat the Niners 41-6, stomp them out. And we saw the Rams defeat the Bears 20-17 in overtime. Of the 4 games from the divisional round, which of those outcomes surprised you the most?
Seattle and the 49ers.
Because of the blowout nature of the event?
Yeah, that one expected. These teams have been pretty tight most of the year, so for them to damn it 30 plus, like that, not with that defense either and stuff like that. Like that wasn't expected at all.
No, I had text y'all during the game. Like, it might not even matter who wins, Rams, Bears, because I don't know who gonna beat Seattle with that defense looking the way it's looking. It's vicious. It is vicious.
The teams that was closest was in their division.
Not last week.
Right. This shit. You see what happened with the Rams this week? That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be. That's either gonna be a shootout or another. They just open a hole in the motherfuckers, boy. And I don't know who gonna fucking with them in the North. I mean NFC. I mean AFC.
That's the one, right? Because that Broncos Bills game was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen, the conversation around Josh Allen is just so interesting.
He had a sloppy game.
He did. He did not play his best.
Yeah, he was. I mean, that fumble right before half was. Luckily, they got back into it, but then he throwing picks and shit. Like, he had a rough game. Like, it was tough.
Wouldn't tell it by the media reaction.
Right. You would have thought that Josh Allen played a perfect game and the team just let him down. And now Sean McDermott is fired and all this other stuff that has happened along the way. But even with that said, it was the Rams-Bears game for me personally, because watching it, one, the defenses for both teams performed far better than I thought that they would. Mm-hmm. Secondly, I was starting to feel like the Bears are a team of destiny when Caleb got that throw off.
Oh,
to tie it up at 17 on a 4th down where he is flushed out the pocket. The man ran like 20 yards backwards.
4 motherfuckers on his bumper.
And found Komet in the. I was like, how?
But the fact that he was by himself over there, I get it. They was yelling, he pushed off. I get it. And he kind of low key, but the fact that he was still put it there, because it could have been a little bit shorter and it could have went straight to the corner. It could have went a little further and it'd have been out of bounds. A little bit to the left, it'd have been out of bounds. He put that bitch right there in the goddamn corner where he was by himself, falling away.
Dot.
He was at the 10 or 15 yard line. He threw that bitch like the 35. He got chased that far back off the back foot with 4 niggas in his face.
Just got it off still.
That was a hell of a throw.
4 niggas, one word.
Right. Touchdown. Fuck you mean?
And that's the thing about Caleb, because it's like he threw like it's like a 50% accuracy. It wasn't great. He had 2 interceptions, but it's like his highs are so high. Like, he can make some special throws.
He played.
And I'm mad as hell because I think he threw 4 touchdowns and 3 picks in the playoffs, and 3 other touchdowns on us.
Yep.
And passing like 46%.
That man almost threw as many interceptions in the playoffs as Jordan Love did all regular season. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's actually crazy. But Ken did send in his takeaways on the Bears. So Ken's voice is going to be heard. I have not played this all the way through. I just started it initially to see how long it was. And Ken is going to give us a mini podcast on the Bears. If at any point, gents, you want me to stop because you have something to react to, say the word. All right. Here are Ken's thoughts on the Chicago Bears.
This goddamn monologue.
Okay, so my quick thoughts on my Bears this year.
Right, 3 minutes ain't quick.
I'm so proud of my team. All year they showed like how resilient they are. Like, they literally fight to the end. I just want people to respect my boy Caleb. Like, Caleb is that dude, man.
Okay, so first pause. And when he says put some respect on Caleb, what exactly is he looking for here? Because like I said, the highs are high, but still, there are levels for him to hit on a consistency level that he has not yet hit.
I think it's the fourth quarter magic that comes out, because if he can do what he do in the fourth quarter all game, he's a different type of player. We talking about him completely different. We talking about this team different.
That's a fact.
The game don't matter to his ass until the fourth quarter with like 5 minutes left, apparently. Like, that's when he decides to play fucking football.
See, even the comments stretch though. That dude,
I won't even call him. You can't dispute the clutch portion at the moment this season. This
and
season,
improvement from his rookie year is real.
Like, you can't argue that.
That dude,
It's like beet juice.
Like what I try to keep in mind is that this is like
a quarterback star franchise.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is an oasis in the desert. Like this is the first little drop of water he's had in a generation. So on the sliding scale that is Bears quarterback, he is in fact that dude.
Yeah. And we got Jay in the comments. He said fourth quarter Magic ain't sustainable. And he has hella potential though, which is I agree. Like the potential is there for him. And in year one with Ben Johnson, it didn't look half bad.
I mean, it did look half bad, look half good too.
He done got the moniker, the nickname of Iceman now, which is dope. But now we just got to put all the pieces together, man. Like, we got to the second round of the playoffs this year. Like, that is huge. Like, no one expected us to not even make the playoffs.
He right.
Let alone win the division and be in the second round of the playoffs. So, that's super dope, man. So, shout out to the team. Shout out Ben Johnson, man. Like, you know, we trust in the process. We trust in everything. Now we got to...
You saw... come on, Apple. Don't start from the beginning either. And it started from the beginning. Lord Jesus.
Pardon, Walker.
Hold on, Ken. This is a lot of conversation here.
The moniker, the nickname, and the Iceman.
I can't even speed this up.
Which is dope. But now we just got to put all the pieces together, man. Like, we got to the second round of the playoffs this year. Like, that is huge. Like, no one expected us to not even make the playoffs, let alone win the division and be in the second round of the playoffs. So that's super dope, man. So shout out to the team. Shout out Ben Johnson, man. Like, you know, we trust in the process. We trust in everything. Now we got to go hard and work on this defense, man. Shout out to the defense, though, during that game. Like, the defense, they showed up, like, when it was time to show up, and I love it. So now we definitely got to work on our defense, man, and continue to get better offensively. It's going to be another year under Ben Johnson's system. So I'm expecting even better things for Caleb going into the new year. Going into next year, him making, you know, better decisions. And then him also be, you know, taking command. The thing I love the most about Caleb in this run, and especially in the playoffs, is that he was taking over that leadership role. Like, he was being angry. You know, he was showing emotion. Like, he was, you know, in people's faces and all of that or whatever. So I definitely commend him, man. Definitely got to respect the Bears. Definitely got to respect my boy. But yeah, man, it was a fun season. The Rams are a good team. Like, we played well. Like, we could have won that game, but we didn't. So, you know, the Rams were the better team, and my hat's off to them. They play Seattle next week. Seattle's defense, Lord Jesus.
I know that's right.
But you know, I'm expecting to see a good game. But again, man, kudos to the Bears. It was a great season, man. Y'all know it's been years of agony, years of years of pain and tears, being a Bears fan. So it's good to actually be on the winning side of things after all. So, yeah, man, just respect my Bears, man. I'm expecting bigger and better things next year, man. We work on our defense in the offseason. I'm expecting us to be, I'm not saying division, but again, still be in the hunt as one of them best teams, man, in the league. I feel like maybe we are, you know, a few years ahead, but, you know, we got to start talking shit sometimes. So I'm going to be like the Cowboy fans, Super Bowl until we get it. Let's go.
That's why y'all in the same fucking boat. That's why y'all same motherfucking boat. Like, y'all can paddle together, my niggas. Send that bitch over the other side and share the goddamn oars. I'm sick of these motherfuckers. I'm so sick of these motherfuckers. I hope their little boat sink and shit. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Hit a little iceberg on y'all way out, goddamn. I'm so sick of y'all motherfucking ass. Go right out of Lake Michigan. Bullshit that they got going on here. I'm so sick of these niggas. They ain't got no money either. So when I was doing our little exercise, I'm just going to throw that to everybody. Earlier today and yesterday, we was kind of talking about the Packers in another group chat. And I was going through who we need to cut, sign, this, that, and the third, how much money we going to get. The problem where that stemmed from is people were complaining about the NFC North because they was like, oh, well, the Bears might be all right because I think they're like negative 20 something million. or 18 million or something like that. But it was like, but the Packers and the Lions and the Vikings, they fucked because they ain't got no money and they rosters is old. Either they ain't got no money, rosters old. Bears really don't got no money. They roster ain't really that old, but the niggas that they gotta get cut to make money is they better players like the Joe Toonies and the linebacker Tremaine
Edmonds
got to get cut. Tooney got making too much money. They got another lineman that was making a bunch of money, and I didn't realize Tooney was like 34, 35 already.
Yeah, he's older.
So it's like there's only so much more that they could do with this roster. Like I get it, they're still building, so I'm with him. I agree. Nobody expected them to get here. Nobody expected them to be in the second round. We really weren't expecting them to make the playoffs. They feel like we felt 2 years ago.
Do they feel like that, or do they feel like the Commanders, where it's you had a good year, it was a splash year, but the next year you're not able to actually hit the same highs that you hit last year before? Because one thing for the Bears that worked in their advantage this season was the schedule that they had, right? In the sense of they finished in the fourth in the division last year, so they had a last place schedule around the league in the other interconference games, interdivisional games, and whatnot. This upcoming season, the Bears thought to have a first place schedule. Like the comp is about to be, it's going to be high. It's going to be high for Chicago, so they have to get ready for that. And then some of their unrestricted free agents this summer, like some key players from that defense that are up for like Jaquan Brisker, who had himself a game. He's an unrestricted free agent. Who?
Jalen Johnson or Kyler Gordon? I think Gordon is up this year too.
I don't see Gordon. I do see Kevin Byard though, the other safety. So both their safeties and Jonathan Owens, who's a backup for them, is also a
I see Owens, and then like I said, then they was talking about different people that mean to get cut. That's when Edmonds are coming into play because they need money.
Cut or restructure.
Money or restructure, yeah. So it's like I get it. And y'all, you may be on to the Commanders thing, because when we went, we was like, oh shit, we got a nice squad. We made it to the second round, all that, but we gonna really get better because we're younger. But them, I'm like, I'm thinking about the wins that they had. Thinking about the Vikings.
The luxury version.
Years where they won all these 50-50 fucking games. Bears had 3 games where they either made a tackle, somebody made a tackle, game over. Somebody don't let them in field goal position because they it was like 3 games where they missed a tackle.
I mean, they were comeback kings. Like they were consistent.
A missed field goal here, they would have been 5-9, or against the Packers, the motherfucker get hit and shit like that, or they get I think one play at the end of the game. We don't have the overtime bomb going on, like or the Romeo Dobbs, it's just like
stuff like that.
Little shit just kept falling their way. So if it didn't, like you said, the fourth quarter magic may not be sustainable, but he might.
It's not going to be. No,
this magic was a thing.
I don't believe in that, and I don't believe in the amount of turnovers translating again into this upcoming season. Like those type of things can be fluky, as we saw with the Packers. Like it can happen. It can happen in that way. So like it's gonna be
them squeaking out of these games. Like that shit usually balances out at some point too.
Yeah,
like, unless these are handedly, like you keep kind of coming out of nowhere winning these games, like. You could catch that one year, but the following year, usually, unless you built a team to where you just there with that shit, that's not sustainable.
It's tough.
I don't have the same amount of faith, and that's not me just being a hater. Like a little bit is in there, but just general NFL football history and how things typically work. Like the way that they skated this season, a lot of that shit don't fly the following season. And you can look at the old Bills. Like I said, the Vikings is the biggest example in this division.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. Like I think the Bears are going to be good. I mean, be very clear. Like I think the NFC North is going to be one of the more competitive divisions in all of football again next season, as it was this past season. So you got to be ready to play in the North. So I'm not too mad at that.
Especially Minnesota get a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, hey, who knows what 9 might become? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, let's preview the championship round of games here in the AFC and the NFC. So pretty much your Super Bowl predictions here. Okay. In the AFC, you're gonna have the Patriots and the Broncos, but the Broncos will not have Bo Nix at quarterback, who fractured his ankle. Fractured his ankle.
Last play of the damn game.
Second to last play, like
crazy. Oh, that sucks.
again, it's not as if Bo Nix is like a world beater quarterback where it's like, oh my God, like you haven't, but still you just lost your starting quarterback heading into an AFC championship game. Luckily they're at home, which will help out a bit for the Broncos, but the Patriots are tough, man. That defense is good. Drake May can make the plays. Like, I kind of want to go Patriots in this one, even though Broncos was like my early prediction. Continue to ride it to be right, but I don't know. I think it might be New England in that one.
I got shit. I mean, like you said, he's not a world beater, but Bo had a pretty good season this year.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't put them in a position to where they was fighting for their life. He wasn't really turning the ball over at a high rate like that. Like, he was really kind of just making sure that they stayed afloat. Their run game was doing their thing. Cortland Sutton had a good year. You know, he had a couple different things, like a couple different players step up. Mims step up from time to time. Hell, over the weekend, we seen Mecole Hardman get a touchdown. Nigga, hey, random motherfuckers. But I was on the Bills. But still, it's the fact that there's going to be different players at different times throughout the playoffs. Hell, when the Packers won theirs, we had like 4-5 motherfuckers go down. Granted, it wasn't Aaron, but Charles Woodson was out. We had Nick Collins go out. We had starting corners going out and shit like that. Linebackers, like it's always going to be the next man up. It just sucks that their next man got to be your backup quarterback.
The most important position on the field. Like Jay just said in the comments, that team rallied around Bo. Timing and reps matter. And they absolutely do. And now you're ready to go into the biggest game of your season?
They're going to lean on that defense. I mean, they have all year, to be honest with you. The defense kind of put them in a position, and then offense, score a point, defense hold it down. Offense score a point, defense hold it down. Like, they have that on defense. We've been saying that from the jump. That defense is Super Bowl contender.
So they all still have a chance in this game. Even with the quarterback change, like that Broncos defense is lethal. So, like, this might be one of your type of games, to be honest with you, Tim, where defense really is running the show in this game.
Yeah, it might be one of those. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a pick six on both sides.
A pick six on both sides?
I wouldn't be surprised because Seattle got that type of defense, and Denver has damn near that type of defense.
Seattle ain't like you doing a Super Bowl preview. This is Patriots Broncos.
Yeah, but shit.
Ain't talking about Seattle yet.
I'm going with Denver. I'm
going with Denver.
Yeah,
I guess you kind of tipped your hat a little bit with your next comment here. So NFC, I'm guessing that you got the Seahawks over the Rams.
Oh yeah, I feel like it might be I don't know, bro. Seattle is disgusting,
and it's in Seattle.
Disgusting, boy. And they've been that way all year. Like, hell, I think at some point during FanDuel, I just kept picking Seattle every week for defense. Like, they was putting up around like 10 to 12 a week. But like it really is, like, from the linemen to the linebackers to the safeties to the corners, like they have a squad. The way that they run their scheme, they're one of the few teams that run a 2-man most of the game. Cover 2 most of the game and flourish. Not getting ate the fuck up in the short, mid, intermediate, not getting ate up in the run game because they got 2 safety high, because typically that's what you do. No, they flourishing from top to fucking bottom. So it's gonna be weird or hard for them to, especially without their starting. Oh no, it's the Rams. They got Puka and Devontae.
Yeah,
and they got Williams.
Like, that offense is lethal.
Yeah, and having Stafford helps a shit ton. And their defense ain't that bad. Like their front four is pretty nasty too. So, I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a game. I hope not, but I don't think it's gonna be the same way as San Francisco.
No,
I think it may be a little bit closer, but it could be because San Francisco got weapons. Oh no, Kittle towards ACL though, so that took out a big.
And then they didn't have Kittle, and like they had a lot of guys out by the end in Seattle or in San Francisco. But this is also the third time that these teams are going to play each other this season, so it's familiarity between the two teams. The Seahawks are favored in this game, which I would favor them in this one too. I think it's Seattle. Like I said, when I was watching Seattle last week, it was like, I don't know who's going to beat this team. And Cyril Sensei had a comment when we opened the show up of just saying, like, Sam Darnold potentially going to a Super Bowl sounds insane. And here we are, because he's a game away from doing that. Jay added that Stafford's having an MVP type season. Matthew Stafford was my MVP personally. So this game of the weekend right here, I think, the NFC Championship game, I'm going Seattle in this one. It's going to be a tight game, I think. I think it's going to be close. But I have more confidence in the defense of Seattle than the defense of the Rams, even though the Rams surprised me with how well they played against the Bears. And even though the offense for the Rams is better with like just the key players, hey, man, Darnold and JSN, they got something going on themselves too. So like they can score in Seattle. So yeah,
they got
I'm
running
going,
backs.
yeah, I'm going Seattle.
I'm rooting for Seattle just because it make Vikings fans even sicker. All my picks on Patty.
I'm not mad at it. Who's your AFC pick, Eric? Broncos or Patriots?
Probably Patriots. Since Broncos lost their quarterback.
Okay. Shell's in the comments that he's picking the Seahawks for the NFC Championship game. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. But the other side to this time frame in the NFL is you have these games going on, but you have teams that have made coaching decisions, letting guys go. I mentioned Sean McDermott was let go. That kind of surprised me after the Bills lost in the divisional round. Eric, let's get an update on the current coaching carousel in the NFL.
For sure. So we talked about this last week, I believe, either last week or the week before, about some of the openings that were already available. Since then, we've had 2 coaching vacancies open up. You mentioned Sean McDermott in Buffalo already, and then surprisingly, Mike Tomlin stepped away from Pittsburgh. So I guess my first question for you guys is which new opening surprised you the most? Like which one was like, whoa?
Bills.
Yeah.
McDermott,
I would say Bills too.
I know there's been smoke around Tomlin, but still just what's what I'm looking for? Just the stability in coaching in Pittsburgh.
19
like
years.
you never expect that job to come open, honestly.
He don't even look like he's been there for 19 years.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of do when you look at like you can see that the man has aged, but he looks good still for everything considered. But I think the Pittsburgh one for me isn't as surprising because it's been rumblings for a few years of like, hey, this relationship might be ending between these two parties. And after the way they lost to, and it was kind of like, all right, well, what's going to happen? Because there was even conversation leading up to it. Like, is this going to be the last year of Tomlin in Pittsburgh? And it actually happened. And it feels to me like Tomlin was feeling a little unappreciated a bit in that position after all those years. So it was like, it's time for me to take a break, do some TV, whatever the case might be. It ain't going to be coaching, but just take this break after 19 years of the same gig. And for Buffalo, it was like they lost, but I didn't think a coaching shift would happen at the same time. But again, kind of in the same boat that Matt LaFleur was in, where it's like you've been here 6-7 years. We need to start seeing some results. And they kind of felt like, hey, the locker room is lost. Like, we need a new direction here. So I guess I get it. Both surprising to a degree, but I think Buffalo surprised me a little bit more.
Yeah, I think to your point about Pittsburgh, sorry, Tim, I'll let you go in a minute. Like to your point about Pittsburgh and him feeling underappreciated, I think part of the thing is like he was kind of cursed by his own success, honestly, because the roster that he's had the last 4 or 5 seasons are not rosters that should have been 500 or better, to be quite honest. And they've honestly probably needed to bottom out just to start kind of replenishing the talent there. Because they were still kind of handicapped from all the years that they were kind of like in not cap hell, but like just kind of pushing, the cap maneuvering ahead of time. I mean, you get what I'm saying, kicking the can down the road with the cap stuff and just kind of like trying to stay competitive, trying to keep it going. And it's like, yeah, this probably ran its course talent wise a couple years ago, but like he still coached his ass off to get them to 9-8, 10-7, whatever. And so like now they probably have the worst quarterback situation in the league. and they're picking like in the 20s again. So like that's not where you get your franchise quarterback from typically. So maybe it is like a good kind of reset just for everybody. It's like, okay, well, we don't have the expectations anymore of necessarily keeping his 500 streak going, keeping he doesn't want to take a step back. Like maybe this is time for new blood to kind of come in. But do you think it was truly his decision, or do you think it's kind of like we can say that you resign, but actually we're ready to move?
Mutual part, like we want to move on. Let's just do this here. It could be that. It could be that a mutual parting of the ways of like, I don't really think I want to do this, and y'all don't really think I should be doing this anyway. So like, let's both just end this here and move forward. I think that's on the table.
One of the things that I read about him resigning is the fact that because he stepped away, they still have his rights if you want to come back to coach. So if you want to take a gap year or two, that's cool. And then if you want to come back to coach after that, they can just like relinquish his rights and he'll be the hottest name in coaching, or come on back, because they'll probably have a coach by then if he decides to take a gap year and come back in a year. I'm coming back. I'm gonna do my thing. So that might be the thing. But I was reading earlier that was like they do retain his rights though. So if he decides he just wants to, I needed a break over the winter and I'll be back. Like, okay,
can't do that.
So that's the part that I'm looking out for, just to kind of see. Then we'll know.
So you think he might end up being in the Doc Rivers situation, is what you're saying, where he's in TV. And then
TV kind of just a consultant on the side. And then I don't even know why y'all did this. I don't even know why I'm here.
Hey, honestly, he probably make a better Bucks coach than Doc Rivers does. So
Lord, man,
you say the same thing. I don't know why y'all doing this. I don't know why y'all hired me. But okay.
Jay in the comments says that he doesn't think the underappreciation for Tomlin was from the organization or the players, more so from the fans and the media. And I yes, that's the loudest voices that were questioning him. Like, it seemed, even he reading the articles about his exit, like the emotion that the players had of like real tears that he was leaving the franchise. Like the players he still had the players locked in on his messaging and what he wanted to do. So I definitely think that's the case for Tomlin there.
Can I rant for a second? Because like I saw something, and I don't know how representative it was of the fan base, but like I did see something where I think he did either like didn't release a statement or he didn't do something that a fan was kind of put out about. And it's like you people will shit on these sports figures day in, day out, call them everything under the sun, threaten their families, threaten everything. And then if they don't kiss your ass on the way out the door, then it's like, oh, how could you do that to the fan base? Like the fan base is treating me like shit. Like why would I? Like I get, Michelle Obama, they go low, you go high, but fuck that. Like sometimes you meet them in hell. So, if he felt like he didn't owe it to the same people that have been calling for his job for the last couple of years to and whatever. I didn't look too far into it, but I just remember seeing that and like it being a lot of conversation going on underneath it. I don't know. Like I don't think that people. I don't think it's owed anymore necessarily, and it typically. Because like there was a lot about like how Miles Turner left Indiana, or like I think it took a couple of days for Chris Middleton to acknowledge Bucks fans. Or it's like these are humans that have a whole bunch of stuff going on. Like their first thing shouldn't be kissing the ass of the fans.
I mean, to your point, when you were saying that, it made me think of Soul Food, where it's like, but the family, and it's like the family F my husband. Like I'm not trying to hear that right now. I am not trying to hear that. Like, no, I need to rewatch. So I haven't watched Soul Food in a while. I think I need that adrenaline boost that comes from.
I think I need to watch it as an adult. I only
the chaos in that movie, because there's a lot of chaos.
Hit your friend up about that before you go into it. She may have a story to tell.
That don't sound like a good story.
Hey, I ain't had nothing to do with it, but she had
faith after family. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's moving on.
Moving on. It's gonna be
Coaches.
interesting though, honestly, with what happens. Tomlin now, honestly, like that franchise has been a model of consistency for ever since I've been paying attention in the NFL. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers organization has always been the model. Of
They've only
consistency.
had what, 2 coaches in our lifetime.
Yeah, I was like Cowher. Was it Cowher? Bill Cowher? Yeah. Cowher was over there forever. And then when Tomlin took over, everybody like, he's not going to be Bill. Then he got a bowl, and they're like, okay. Like, let's chest them up quick.
It changed everything.
So with these new 2 changes that we just discussed, there are now 6 jobs open. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6. So Raiders, Browns, Ravens, Cardinals, and now Pittsburgh and Buffalo. So I'll ask the question again, like I asked last week. Which of those is the most desirable?
Of the open gigs right now?
Oh, Buffalo. Oh, shit. It would be between Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore. But I would think, okay, here's my thing with McDermott and Buffalo. McDermott's big thing is he's also a defensive guy. And he got that defense to overplay and overachieve for years. As much as we've talked about the Bills' defense, whenever we looked at it, we'd be like, how the fuck are they doing this? But then they have ragtag corners from different places. They have random, like, even Matt Milano in and out of the line. So linebackers is gone from time to time. They defensive linemen gone from time to time. But every year, that Buffalo defense, somehow we be like, I don't know how y'all decent, but y'all like even this past year, they was top 4 in run defense, but they was like halfway through the league towards the bottom on pass defense. So like that kind of, I mean, other way around. Pass defense, they was at the top. They was like number 4 for pass defense, but on run defense, they was closer towards the bottom. So it's like they get in these games where people could just run on them and get these firsts or the seconds or the thirds and shit like that. And apparently, before McDermott left, they had I guess them and the upper brass had a whole review on the team, and they didn't like what the fuck he had to say about the makeup of the team. Like, hey, look,
I did
I'm doing what I can, but this shit ain't it, bro. I was like, I need more, and apparently that rubbed them niggas the wrong way. And then they lost on Saturday, so it was right before the game. So you coming in, you talking about how bad this roster is? Do something with it. Oh, you ain't do nothing with it? Bet we got something for that. Like, I don't think that. That's why I'm like with McDermott and them. Like, it was surprising because I wasn't. It don't seem like that would have been the move. Like, y'all still have a lot of shit to do on both sides.
That being said, do you think Buffalo is the best job open right now because of Josh Allen? Or do you kind of agree with McDermott of like, they actually kind of need a little bit more than what
they definitely need more because he ain't got no receivers. He ain't got no tight end. He barely got a line.
He got a running back.
He got a running back.
A quarterback.
That's it. And your defense is pieced together by a defensive-minded coach. So he got a lot out of them. So unless you're hiring another defensive coach, but then why would you? You can because you're leaning to that, or do you want to hire an offensive coach to make the most out, get the most out, and then draft say a first-round wide receiver and get the most out of them? But then you got Keon Coleman over there who was a first-round wide receiver. You got
he had some big moments in that playoff game.
And he had the touchdown.
Yeah.
He had the touchdown. But outside of that, like Coleman ain't. As in year 2, and certain people that we've talked to before think that by year 2, most of these first round picks supposed to be super studs.
I hear you on that. I think Buffalo is going to be an attractive job because they already have the quarterback piece figured out. And in teams that have the quarterback figured out, you're already kind of like, okay, we're cooking with something here because that's, again, the most important position. You need to have someone you trust there. So Josh Allen's going to make Buffalo desirable to a degree.
Baltimore.
Off top. Same with Baltimore, where it's like you have Lamar Jackson.
And
so those are the two. Like Pittsburgh organizationally, it's strong. All the things like Eric talks about not wanting the organizations that have question marks, like a Cleveland that is also still open. But
for reason.
Right. But Pittsburgh, you ain't got a quarterback at this point. Like it's tough. So I think I would say the most desirable open job right now is still
Baltimore.
Probably Baltimore.
They got the
followed
defense.
by Buffalo. Like those two are right there with each other. And then Pittsburgh probably underneath that. Like even though they don't have all the pieces, the organizational structure I think is worthwhile there for them. So I think I would go that route.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That that Baltimore team, they had young pieces. They got good players across the board on both sides. I don't know what the hell they be over there doing with their wide receivers and they picks for them cats. Though I like Zay. Rashad Bateman ain't never amount to what he was supposed to. Mark Andrews regressed throughout the years.
That happens.
So you kind of got to invest more in. And then they got Derrick Henry, so they don't need a running back. But you might want to grab one because he's about to be on his way out.
I was gonna say, I think that's why I try to take the long view with these things because it's like players are gonna come and go.
Yeah.
And it's like what is the infrastructure? Like what are the things that are gonna be in place long term? And you can only judge that off of what has been going on long term. Like these are all three really solid ownership groups that have exhibited that, they'll invest what they need to in the team. They don't really step in and do too much. Like they hire people to do their jobs and to do them well. And they give you a lot of leeway for the most part. And so I really don't think you can go wrong with any of them. Like I think in the short term to kind of establish yourself, I love Lamar Jackson. Probably one of my favorite football players. But his style of play is not going to age well. And we're already starting to see that this year just with the sheer number of injuries that he had. So, if we're looking at, current talent, I would probably weigh it towards Buffalo. But also, I think if you get in that Pittsburgh job, they're going to give you the leash to establish yourself. Unless you're a dumpster fire. If you have confidence in yourself as – I'm a great coach. I just need time to implement what I'm trying to do. Pittsburgh is going to give you the longest leash, and they've exhibited throughout their history. We believe in coaches. We invest in coaches. We do what we need to do to make sure that they're supported. So, to me, that's probably the most attractive to me. But I don't think you can go wrong with any of those three jobs because look at how long those guys were in those jobs and how much success they had. Harbaugh was the second longest tenure coach in the league, and McDermott was top 5. So these are jobs that have longevity.
18 years, boy.
It's a long time.
I think I saw that Mike Vrabel was now the longest tenure coach in the AFC East, and he's been there less than a year.
Yeah. Yeah. The turnaround in that division has been crazy. To that point, that's part of why I know you're going to talk about the hires as we get into that, but the Tennessee job being filled already, I was like, dang, okay. I did not see Tennessee being one of the first jobs off the market, but they wanted Robert Saleh, and I guess he said, I want y'all to. So we don't make this happen. But yeah, to your point about organizational, what you had, that's probably Tennessee was one of the early hires. That's interesting.
Harbaugh to the Giants.
That was in the stars, it felt like.
Right, but
so we did have 4 hirings take place this week. So John Harbaugh to the Giants, Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons, Robert Saleh to Tennessee, and Jeff Hafley to Miami. Go.
Harbaugh, the weird thing to me about Harbaugh and the Giants is because Harbaugh is one of those most respected coaches in the league. So what the Giants decided to do, which I think is interesting, and though they're trying to downplay it right now, it's a weird dynamic. Most coaches get hired, have to report to the GM. And then the GM reports to the president or the owner, things like that. Harbaugh got hired, and they told him, you ain't reporting to him, you reporting directly to the president. You were bypassed. You and Joe are collaborating. So you're not coming in to get hired to be the coach to the GM. No, sir. You're coming in here with your pedigree and your history of success and all that you know and your knowledge of building franchises and shit like that. Joe is going to be your partner. We're going to have you cooperate and collaborate with the GM. Don't worry about what the fuck he got to say. And then they go on ESPN and them and talking today it ain't that big a deal. No, nigga, that's a big deal. That don't happen with everybody. That's not a normal transition of power. Usually the coach don't have more say than the GM or the same amount of say as the GM, unless they're the coach GM type shit. Nah. So that's going to be interesting there. But they talking about him bringing his offensive coordinator over there with him, which would be really good for Jackson Dart. Apparently, the way that they run their system, that's going to work for them really well. But I thought that was interesting. Hafley.
Congratulations,
sir.
Knew it was gonna happen.
Knew it was gonna happen, and for it to go to Miami, I thought that was interesting.
It makes sense because John Eric Sullivan's over there too.
Correct.
Now. From
Correct. So I was like, that's probably what facilitated. As soon as he got hired over there, I was like, oh yeah.
And then just you wait for the Malik Willis to Miami news.
That's what I said. So that's gonna happen too. It's a perfect fit for him.
Yeah.
It's literally a perfect fit for Malik. Like if Reek could come back healthy, I don't know if they're gonna trade him or not. But apparently they're moving on from Tua though. Like they try to
that's done.
What's going on with that? But they done with that. Which is interesting because I'm curious if he'll have like a Sam Darnold kind of thing going on. We'll see. We'll see. But Malik probably gonna end up over there. Hafley, it will be interesting because Miami's defense was better than their offense, but their offense got disjointed, and I don't know if it was all the coke down there or whatever. But Lil Mike was on some shit, boy. There was a moment where he was like, "Hey, what the fuck is going on here?"
Allegedly.
But they have Achane over there on offense. They still have Waddle over there on offense. They still have Reek when he comes back. They gonna have to get a quarterback. They Malik
Willis. It's already.
I know, but if he don't, it could honestly be. It'll be an interesting team to watch and pay attention to because they got to clean some shit up over. They got to clean a pretty decent amount over there. So the leash that they give him, the kind of leeway he gives, who he hires as his coordinators, I'll be thoroughly interested in what happens over in Miami.
I'm gonna be cheering for the Dolphins going forward because I'm a big fan of Hafley and what he did in his 2 years here. I was actually scared that we would only have him for 1 year because he interviewed for head coaching positions last offseason, and when he came back, I said, Packers, I hope y'all do something with this year of Hafley here because it's probably going to be the last year he's here in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. I was here for all the fans who were putting up the lies about Hafley to try to make sure other teams didn't take him away. Like
our defense is the worst.
They're saying stuff like, do you really want a dude who hates dogs? Do you really want somebody who don't put their blinker on when they driving? Like, you don't want that. And that's what Hafley does, all that stuff.
He's a community terrorist.
Yeah, best wishes to him. But with him out now, right? But with him gone for the Packers side of things, now they need a new defensive coordinator themselves. Like, this will be the fourth defensive coordinator under Matt LaFleur in his 8 years.
But this is the first one to actually get hired.
This is like the first real coaching guy to come off of the LaFleur tree at this point.
Yeah, because they was working together before before he brought him up from Boston College because they was cool beforehand. Like that's what got him as our DC as well. So it's the LaFleur tree. That's funny.
It's not really a tree. It's just half. That's it. It's just half.
Well, I was saying, like you said, this is the fourth defensive coordinator. It's like, yeah, because the other ones suck. So this is actually the first time that we've had a good defensive coordinator that we've had to replace.
You want Mike Patine to come back out of retirement?
No. Joe Barry, Patine.
Joe Barry.
No.
Gross. Disgusting. No. But no, there's a list of coaches that I was kind of going through. Some defensive coordinator candidates, young, old, college, stuff like that, and kind of just making my way through it. And a couple names stood out for me. The main one that I would like.
I wonder if we're gonna have the same top two.
Yeah, maybe. Raheem Morris is at the top of my list.
Yep. There you go.
He was a fantastic defensive coordinator before he became a head coach. Offense ain't his shit. I get it. But defense is. And that Atlanta team didn't have that good of a defense with players like that. And they started playing really well. Like he's another one that can coach your defense up to be really good. Second on my list is Jim Leonard.
Oh.
Yeah. We offered him a contract to be our DC.
And he said no. Then we got Joe Barry instead.
And went back to Wisconsin. Wisconsin had one of the six successful years over there. Now he's the
Broncos.
The Broncos pass game coordinator.
So wait, time out, back up. So he actually turned down the Packers DC job?
Yeah.
Like I knew people were campaigning for him. I didn't know it got that far. So,
he didn't want to leave. He was considering leaving Wisconsin because Wisconsin wasn't thinking about giving him the DC job. And then when he interviewed with the Packers, we offered him. Then Wisconsin was like, "Hey, buddy, you can go ahead and
you actually wanted all along."
Right.
So.
And then they screwed him, and he was pissed because they fired him later. He was like, "What the fuck?" Because he thought he was gonna be the head coach. But I would love for Jim Leonard to come back because Leonard's everywhere he's been, the defenses, and he's one of the younger guys. He used to play for Wisconsin. He has Green Bay in his blood, shit like that.
Yes, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin in his blood. I get you that. Wisconsin in his blood. So but he's also one of the hotter names as far as the defense coordinator goes.
Hold on, Tim. We just mentioned him, but Mike McDaniel is going to be the Chargers OC.
Oh, I like that. I'm so glad he ain't going to Detroit.
That makes sense.
Perfect.
That's a good pickup for them, actually. That's a really good pickup. You gotta get his shit.
Okay, so Raheem Morris and Jim Leonard, that's your top two. Where you're like,
if you want number 3, Brian Flores.
Okay, so we got 2 of the 3 because Brian Flores is in my top 3. I don't have Leonard in mind.
If it don't get a head coaching job.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's interviewing for different stuff too, but like, no, he's one of the candidates out here on the market available for DC. Same
like Raheem Morris. I mean, he was just a head coach, but the assumption is he's not going to get a head coaching job now.
Well, yeah, I guess I was saying Flores already has a job.
Had a head coaching job before, but he's been a defensive coordinator, so it's like, well, I'll put it like this.
Wait. Flores, y'all not understanding me. Because Brian Flores currently has a job as a DC, right?
That's what I'm saying. He's not under contract for the Vikings next season, is what I'm saying. That's what I was about to get to. He's not under contract. So he's somebody who can be in the mix. Mm-hmm. But the third guy for me is actually Al Harris.
I got him as number 4.
Who, seeing him with the Bears has been just disgusting because that's a Packer, baby. Yeah. That's a Packer. Yeah. And
through and through.
Just come on home. Just come on home. I would be very happy with that selection as well. Like ultimately, the type of coach I want is just someone who the adjustments. Just be ready. Have the ability to be like, hey, this is what the scheme that I want to run. But if you don't have all the pieces in your kitchen to make the meal you want, can you still make something good? Like that's what I need from the DC who comes in for the Packers. Like even if all the ingredients aren't the ones you ordered from the store to make what you have planned, can you still make something good out of it? And I think Green Bay is going to need that going this upcoming season in particular.
So question for y'all, like would like the schemes that those guys run, like do those, I know you said like they have to be able to kind of adapt to it, but like are any of them, like do any of the schemes that they run kind of match up with the Packers personnel currently? Which I guess here anyway. But
I believe Morris and Flores is the closest to where their schemes fit our personnel. Because what I think that the Packers would benefit from is a coach, a DC who would be more willing to blitz a little bit, just a little bit.
But the thing with that is you don't have the cornerbacks. Now you ate up.
Correct. Like we have to fix our cornerback room. It is what it is. Like it's just the talent there. Like can't nobody come in to fix that bitch without more talent over there.
And that's part of why I said like I think they need someone who can make something good with what they have in the kitchen. Because like I know the Packers are going to look at cornerback in the offseason, but I don't have full confidence that they'll be able to fill every single gap substantially enough where it's like there are no more holes on this Packers roster. Like there's still going to be holes. So like, How do you scheme around that?
If you look at what they've coached. So Morris had a defense where you had some decent defensive linemen. Your linebackers was okay. You had good safeties and subpar corners. You had one decent corner and the rest of them was okay, but they were young. They were still growing. Mm-hmm. Flores had a defense with good safeties, cool linebacker, good pass rush, subpar corners. Those two defenses still kind of, they was doing their thing to an extent with the lack of those corners. That's why I'm like, both of them kind of run something similar to where they've been in situations where their corners are subpar, but they have really good safeties. They have a pretty decent pass rush and they have a pretty decent linebacker enough to where they can get different disguises and adjustments. Definitely. I think they both run a 4-3-2 as well. So it's still going to keep it roughly around what we have. We ran more base nickel with Hafley, but we'll see. We shall see, because that's kind of what Seattle runs. Seattle runs a lot of base two-man cover 2 from the nickel. So it's I think that may be the wave in the NFL.
I mean, nickel is like the wave of the league right now, which is offense is spreading you out so much. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how it can shake out. But like, if it's any of those three for me, Al Harris, Raheem Morris, Brian Flores, like, I'm cool. I'm real.
Al back as a DB coach.
And honestly, I'm gonna just say this too. I don't know how the coaching cycle is going to shake out, but if Sean McDermott don't find a head coaching job and he wants to be a DC, come on over.
Yeah. And they boys. They from the same tree.
Come on over because I was hoping for Robert Saleh too. Then he took the Tennessee job, and it was like,
said that Tim in our group chat. Like, I didn't see anywhere that he overlapped with LaFleur. No.
I thought I thought he came from the Shanahan tree with like everybody else. I thought McDermott, McVay, and LaFleur was all part of the
McDermott. I think was. I looked it up afterwards, but like it don't really matter.
I got him up right here. I'll double check for you.
All right. Well, let's move into some NBA conversation while you're checking that, wrapping that on up. Because on the NBA side of things, severe injury hit the league last night for the Golden State Warriors. Man. Unfortunately.
Just put a pin in it. He was with the Eagles forever, and then he was the DC with Carolina right before. So I don't see anywhere where he would have interacted.
No coaching overlap. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
Mr. Butler. So I guess my question here is, with Jimmy tearing his ACL last night, right? Where does that send Golden State for the rest of either this season or shit from here on out? Because in essence, he was supposed to help kind of with this window, and maybe a move or two could be made to kind of help finish putting that product together. Now that he's actually out, you only have Steph and Dre, and they talking about maybe, I wouldn't mind playing Kuminga again. Nah.
Kuminga better be like, no, I'm hurt. I ain't got nothing for you, boss.
I heard he already did that.
He did. Like, he ain't coming. Like, no.
Like, I have no problem playing him. No. Again, the ship is already over there. Y'all 10 minutes passed. This already took off a long time ago, my boy. Let's not bring the shit back. We're gonna let that just float away. But I'm curious now, like, you mentioned and Eric mentioned right before we started the shows, like, there's been a lot of rumblings about they got to push all their chips in for Giannis. My thing about it is, if you have a window and you really think you have that window, and this is that old, I mean, you only maybe got 2 years left if you're thinking about it with Steph like this, maybe depending on like how fast age catches up with him, then
I don't know. No signs of slowing down yet. Like, I know it's going to happen, but like,
right. And then shit, we watched LeBron in real time, and it still didn't seem real-ish. But shit, he just missed his first All-Star game starting. Like, it's one of those, like, you can see it, but you don't. Like, Steph don't look like it. Steph don't look like it yet. I'll give you that. But it's just one of those, like, you have to prepare for it because it is coming. So,
but I feel like they've been trying to prepare for it for like the last 5 years. Instead, like, the whole 2 timelines thing was because they're like, oh, you know, our big three is getting old. But it's like, maybe you should have like,
yeah. He made the face, came in like, what y'all doing? Again?
He came in like it was next Friday. No more locked doors.
Oh, the frequency with which that happens in this house. I lost my train of thought. Oh, like they essentially started trying to plan for the future too early, in my estimation. But like, I get your point, where it's that eventually it's gonna happen. So like, you're at a crossroads now, and I feel like last year they were like, well, this is gonna be our final push with Steph. Like, we bring in Jimmy. This is probably like our last big splash move.
Aren't all those contracts aligned to Draymond, Jimmy, and Steph?
Let's find out.
I don't know. Jimmy's up after next year.
I'm pretty sure all the contracts were at least close.
Let's see. I'm on Spotrac already.
Yes, they are. They go through the end of the 2026-27 season.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I thought. Yeah, they're all aligned. So like, the timeline, to your point, is just like they were very specific. This is the last go at this. So, and now a key piece of it is injured.
Whew, so then, shit, and he had 56 million. Fuck. Holy shit, boy.
Next year, last year on the books. And that's the thing that's tough with this, right? Because it feels like this effectively ends the Jimmy Butler era in Golden State. And he was a great piece next to what they were building there, because he fits the role that they need of like, I can go create my own shot, but really I'm gonna facilitate. I'm gonna just kind of make the right basketball move. I'm gonna get to the free throw line. I'm gonna play some defense. I'm gonna do all these other little things here. But like, if you need me, I can help take pressure off of Steph Curry and the scoring load here. But without Jimmy, and they're 6-1 over their last 7 games. Like, they've been rolling over the last couple of weeks and figuring things out. So what are they, like 4th in the West right now? Something like that. Like, whatever the end outcome is, like, I don't think there's a trade that they can make here that severely changes their fortunes. I mean, we'll see what the Kuminga trade brings back their way at this point, but
no Giannis?
Giannis is not getting traded in the middle of the season.
No, the internet is wrong.
That's wrong. One thing. That's one thing I feel pretty strongly about. Like, it's not going. If it happens, it's not happening over the next 2 weeks.
I really wish he would stop saying shit like, I don't know, I'm just taking it day by day. If I'm gonna be a Bucks, like,
I mean, the interview he did with Sam Amick, I think, kind of was the one that ended it for this season at the very least. It's going to be other people talking about it as, of course, the Bucks lose or whatever they continue to do going forward. I just would like for them to win 3 games in a row at some point, get a real win streak. But set your goals low here, Eric. We set them low for that. But that said, again, I don't think Giannis is traded.
I just mean, like, I wish he would be a little bit more forceful in his language. Like, even in that Amick interview, like, he still kind of hedged it a little bit, or wouldn't like slam the door on like, this is where I'm at. I'm not getting I'm not asking for a trade this year. Like, he said, I'm not asking for a trade, but it's like, but if something happens, like, stop being cute. Like, I don't know. So I'm not gonna write it off until February 5th and whatever. But to that point, I was saying to you guys before the show, I'm like, I've seen so many people be like, well, like, now that means that Golden State just has to throw everything at the Bucks and hope that they can get Giannis. It's like, I don't think that Jimmy Butler's injury made a difference about like what they were willing to give up in a hypothetical Giannis trade. Like, it's already like whatever it takes aside from Steph. Like, and I don't think that is enough. Like, if the Bucks were serious about trading Giannis, like, even if he asked, like, I want to get traded, I want to get traded to Golden State, like, I don't think that's enough to outweigh what other teams will be willing to give them on the hope and a prayer that Giannis comes there for a year and a half and likes it. So I think that is, I don't know. I don't think that that's likely. What I did think was interesting is that, like, this is pretty much the situation that the Bucks found themselves in when Dame went down, where it's like, you brought in this guy to be your second star, to
got out assets,
kind of, extend your window, and then that key piece goes down, and it's just going to be dead money on your books. Like, a lot of people then were saying, like, yeah, it's probably the end of Giannis in Milwaukee, because, like, they don't really have any further moves to make. They have, like, 1 first-round pick to trade, which I think Golden State might have 2, maybe. And, like, are in cap hell, essentially. So, but like the reaction to it is like, I haven't seen anybody be like, well, they need to trade Steph Curry because they're just going to waste the rest of his career. Oh, we got to trade Steph Curry because, this is a team that ain't going anywhere. Like, it's just, I would like for people to keep that same energy. And I get that part of it is that Giannis and his agent are playing cute, but it's just like the media game is different, for Milwaukee than it is for pretty much anywhere else in the NBA, it seems like.
Yeah. And I mean, I misspoke when I said the Warriors like 4th in the West. They are 8th in the West right now. They are 3 games in the loss column ahead of Portland and 4 games ahead of the Clippers for the final play-in spot. Memphis, the teams on the outside looking in: Memphis, Dallas, Utah, Sacramento, and New Orleans. New Orleans, Sacramento, Utah, they have no interest in trying to jump into that play-in race. Dallas and Memphis are the 2 where it's like kind of interested to see how the rest of the season continues to shake out for them. Dallas seems like a team where it's like, hey, ultimately we would like to get Cooper Flag the minutes, and try to get good draft positioning again. Like ultimately, we're trying to tank, but like not tank. We want to be competitive. We'll see what it looks like when Kyrie comes back. Maybe we can trade AD. So like maybe they're a team who can jump into that picture, but don't think they want to. Memphis, we gotta see what happens with Ja and what that return looks like if it happens. But just because of who's behind them, maybe Golden State don't fall out the play-in. Maybe they do stay in there even with this injury. Not sure if you would pick them in any playoff series, but like I actually think that they are going to remain in the conversation, actually taking a closer look at the standings in the West. But that's a tough blow for that team to take in any real aspirations they had this season. We got to see how the trade deadline shakes out for them. But another team. Go ahead.
I saw Richard Jefferson was talking about Steve Kerr versus Kuminga. Like I feel, and his argument was that Steve Kerr is like one of the best coaches. Like he's, you know, he won multiple championships as a player, won multiple championships as a coach, was a GM, won a gold medal, like all these things. And like basically his argument was like, if you're taking sides in this, like you're a fool to take the side against Steve Kerr because of his resume. And I just want to point out, like, even basketball geniuses are wrong sometimes. And I feel like regardless of how Kuminga holds himself, like what he's doing, like I think that they've mismanaged that relationship to the point where you're not going to get anything from that. You know what I mean? Like it's like, even if you don't believe in Jonathan Kuminga as a basketball player, like you still could use him in this situation, obviously. So it would have behooved you to not burn that bridge multiple times in the past. But then also it's like, lie to the rest of the league and be like, yeah, man, this kid is great. He's a hard worker, blah, blah, blah. So that you can get something. Like clearly you wanted the asset. That's why you re-signed him and played hardball over the summer. But to then like turn around and kind of, you know, still treat him the same way that you've treated him for however many years. It's like, what are we doing here? So like I disagree with that, the premise that just because he's accomplished a lot in basketball that he can't be wrong in a situation like this.
Yeah, you might be able to get the benefit of the doubt because of that, but I agree, no one's infallible. Like there is no perfect person. Like that's the whole point of Jesus. But you know, we're not here to minister the good word today. But that is very true. I'm with you on that. But let's head to the other coast. Another team that's facing some different struggles up there in New York, getting booed at home. In the Garden. And I mean boo. Like what the Bucks fans did was kind of cute compared to the boos that rained down from Madison Square Garden at the Knicks. Like they got booed like 4 different times in the first half. Like audibly booed, loud, boo this product on the floor right now.
Yeah, I mean, for good reason. Like they're kind of in a free fall right now. They're 2-9 in their last 11 games. Which kind of coincides with when they won the in-season tournament.
Because they didn't hit that banner, Eric. They didn't respect the cup.
Right. Like, this is the basketball guys like, hey, all trophies. Celebrate them, bitch.
That's what's happening. They didn't respect the cup.
You're not wrong, but also it seems to be a trend where teams coming out of that in-season tournament win, like, I don't know if they just can't snap back into, you know, game mode after, like, celebrating the championship. Like, you feel it. The sense of accomplishment, and then you kind of let your foot off the gas a little bit. But like the Lakers didn't have a great season after they won. The Bucks kind of like were
lulled after.
So like I don't know. It's something to monitor going forward. But like 3 times kind of makes it a trend at this point. But I guess big picture wise, because it seems like Cat is not happy. I saw that they were pissed at Mike Brown after.
I was gonna say, like Mike Brown pissed them all off.
With a hug and a dap.
Yeah. Which I mean, it's fair. Like if you ride with me and I get into it with somebody and they're the instigator and I get into it with somebody and then you over there yucking it up with them after the fact, like,
you know, that shit was crazy.
You gonna see Eric in the car just peeling off. You gonna see the smoke behind the tires. Like you ain't riding no more. No.
Yeah, I would have got on the bus and left his ass there. Like you love Golden State so much.
Apparently, it wasn't just the players though. Like it was like the organization as a whole was like, no, fuck that. Like
I mean, it's a terrible look.
Yeah.
Right after a tech too, like right after the tech.
That's the whole point. It's like, to Eric's point, like that was just the ops. Like he tried to harm one of your players. This is not the time. Y'all can have dinner after the game when no one else is like, not right here, not right now.
And I can understand if it was just an isolated incident where it's like, oh, two people got tangled up, tempers flare, and you're trying to diffuse the situation. But Draymond has targeted Cat for years and has been bullying him for years. So it's deeper than that. So yeah, I don't disagree with him. Like I think that's a flagrant violation.
Man, they out here having players only meetings now after they last lost. Who they just lose
Coaching
to?
in the huddle.
The Mavericks. They just lost to the Mavericks last night. And I think it was Tracy McGrady who made the comment on the studio show about like saying to me like someone got a grudge. Like, and normally in these situations on a team where someone got a grudge, someone got to go. And it is interesting that now all of these Karl-Anthony Towns trades are really popping. But it's the Knicks slide over the last couple of weeks is actually crazy. Like the defense was always kind of meh, even when they were good to start the season over the first 32 games. I looked this up last night for Locked On NBA with this game, and I couldn't believe it when I actually saw it. Like the offense was what drove this team, right? Over the first 32 games, the Knicks were second in offensive rating. They were sixth in effective field goal percentage. They were fifth in turnover percentage, meaning they took care of the ball super well. They didn't get to the free throw line a lot. They were 21st in free throw rate. They just didn't necessarily need it because they were efficient. They didn't turn the ball over. They got the rebounds. Rebounding has been consistent for them all season. But over these 11 games, that second-ranked offense has been 22nd. They were sixth in effective field goal percentage during that first 32. They've been 27th over the last 11 games. Went from fifth in turnover rate to 18th. And they dropped a couple points in free throw rate as well. And then on defense, their defense was already middle of the pack when they were doing well. 16th defensive rating. Now over the last 11, 28th. Like they have not been good. Teams have been scoring a lot, and the Knicks have been fouling more. So the other teams are getting to the free throw line a lot more than they were before. I see why Jalen Brunson was like, hey, we need to have a conversation. It's not even about the coaches right now. It's on us. Like, we have to be better because it's the same ingredients. They just not executing the same way no more.
Yeah, they look pretty. Looking at the standings and everything like that. 4-game losing streak, 2-8 in the last 10. Like, though their differential was 3 points, but what you saying, like the last 20-something games, those is going to change drastically because right now they're at 117 points a game. Almost.
What is that rank right now? And I should be clear too. My numbers came from Cleaning the Glass, which takes out garbage time. Those numbers can be a little bit different than NBA. But what do they have? What do they have their offensive rating as right now? Like in the league, the ranking.
Points per game, they're I don't know about. Let me go by the league. I'm going by the division. League, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're 8th in the league in points per game
overall. Oh, not points. So let me do it this way. So the reason I asked you that question is because you mentioned their net rating, right? Where you're like the net rating is still kind of decent for them.
Yeah,
right?
but that's only these games though has probably been changing that number a lot.
So that's where I was like, well, where are they at right now for their net rating in the league? And I see, let's see, 9th overall, just the whole season, 9th. And that's still like, that's all right.
I'm 10 in the league.
That's still all right. The net rating, all right. But again, during the first 32 games, that net rating was 4th in the league. Over the last 11 games, 27th. They still haven't dropped too far overall because the sample size is a lot smaller, of course, in the 32 games they started the season with. But the Knicks got to figure it out quick. But honestly, that's the conversation for so many teams in the East right now, where it's like, you better figure it out quick because right now everyone's still kind of jumbled in a sense outside of Detroit, who's really separating themselves right now from everyone else in the conference. But the Knicks with 18 losses, like, the Bulls are only 4 losses behind you, and they're in the 9 seed. 3-9, 4 losses separate the two teams. So, like, you got to get it together and continue finding the winning ways that y'all had early in the season, because things can change in a hurry. But then again, things might just stay the same in the East, where everybody just seems to continuously play 500 ball. Like
I'm looking at their last 10. Most
of them are 500, 5-5, 6-12, 5-5, 6, 4-6.
Yeah, there are only one, two, three, 4 teams in the entire Eastern Conference that have a winning record in their last 10 games.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
That's the Pistons at 7-3, Celtics 6-4, Sixers and Cavs at 6-4.
That's it.
That's
Everybody
it.
just 5-5. That's nuts. That is nuts. Damn.
So I mean, like, nobody's really out of it.
That's the thing.
Complete leaders, but
I'm saying that with the Bucks, where it's like, if the Bucks can put together an actual win streak, I promise you, I'll be one of the first ones back on the bandwagon of like playoffs. Like it's here, it's coming. But like they got to show more consistency. But the East is here for the taking. It's here. Outside of Detroit, again, shout out to Detroit. Like they have been hooping. Shout out to Boston. They have been far better than I expected. But yeah, everyone else, it's fair game. it's fair game. So let me ask y'all this. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. We can move on.
I was gonna just ask y'all this real quick. We got the All-Star starters named. You had Luka, Steph, SGA, Jokic, and Wemby in the West. You had Maxey, Brunson, Cunningham, Brown, and Giannis in the East. Did y'all feel like anybody was snubbed, or with these starting lines were you like, that makes sense to me? Like, I know Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards is the big one that people keep talking about in the West of like, how did Ant not start? But do y'all think anybody was snubbed here?
Can we make an argument for Donovan Mitchell?
Are you going to make it?
Right, I wouldn't. I think all the guards that are on that list, I would
Maxey's
put before Donovan
Mitchell. Cade's having a hell of a year.
Yep.
Brunson's year has been cool.
No, Brunson's still doing what Brunson
He
do.
started off hot too, like the team. But I don't know about lately.
No, he's still, I mean, keep in mind when Bolton was, but yeah. Brunson gonna be Brunson. The strengths are the strengths and the weaknesses are the weaknesses. Like he gonna give you that 28 a night.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you really Yeah,
but the other piece to that is, yes, these are the 10 starters, quote unquote, as voted by the fans, but with this new format, they really need 15 starters because there's 3 teams. So like there are going to be some other guys who were not named all-star starter that are going to be quote unquote starting in these games because of the format that they've gone to with World versus USA. 2 USA teams of 8 guys per team, 1 World team with 8. So like I think you're Donovan Mitchell, you're Anthony Edwards. They're gonna be starting just
on the third team, probably.
Yeah, on the other team.
Yeah, other than that, like y'all had mentioned, and I've been probably outside of that, not really.
When I was like, I could see an argument for being like, I feel snubbed here, but he gonna start.
Yeah, that was about it. That literally was about it. I don't want to hear nobody complaining about, oh, why Brian ain't. Shut your ass.
Surprisingly, not as many people as I expected have come out and been like, how dare Bron not be a starter? I think it's been more of just like people being like, dang, this is the first time in 21 years that we ain't seen him start.
It's nuts.
21, 22?
21 straight. This will be the first time. I seen the thing earlier. It was like only 7 players played 21 plus seasons in the NBA, and he's the only one that had 21 All-Stars.
A legend.
Dude, that's crazy.
One of the game's greatest, man. LeBron James. LeBron James. Just not an all-star starter this year. And that's fine. That's fine. He wasn't an all-star starter this year. That's fine.
Oh, you see Bronny got 2 votes from players?
So
of course he did. The players always have a couple votes.
Look at that bullshit, boy.
For some dudes, and you'd be like, what?
They also voted for a nigga that averaged like 3 points a game.
He said, this is KG's fault. We got Shaolin in the comments. Yo, better late than never. Appreciate you. I'm gonna just say I don't know if Jokic is going to be playing in the All-Star game or anything like that, but I said it before the season. They are not. They have nothing for Team World. Like, first of all, Team World is like all the centers. Like,
bigs in the league.
It's just size. Like, we have the starting lineup for the World, assuming Jokic plays already. Like, you got Luka, you got SGA, you got Giannis, you got Jokic, and you got Wemby.
Like that's the starting five, bro.
That's the starting five. Like, the World starting five is set.
So is Wemby the 3 now?
Wemby's the 5 for sure.
No, Jokic the 5.
Right.
Jokic the 5. Wemby the 4.
Can't play any other position.
Yeah, Jokic the 5, Wemby the 4, Giannis the 3.
I would give Wemby the 3, Giannis the 4.
Nah, Wemby got to be the 4. He's
Wemby
7'5", man.
Okay, and you see the nigga doing pull-up fadeaway threes and shit like that. I ain't trying to hit that 7'5" shit. He crossing niggas, putting niggas on the ground. They touching the motherfucking floor, and he hitting threes on their forehead.
Listen,
talking about he throwing that shit off the backboard, catching it with his hand mid-flight.
I am not saying that what Wemby does is not that, but Giannis is also a point forward. Like, let's not act as if it's like, why would Giannis be?
We putting Jokic at the 1 because he a point guard too. Then shit.
Not over SGA or Luka though. Like, that's the thing.
Luka at the 4.
Actually, like, I would probably throw my offense through Jokic more than anybody else on that team.
Man,
Luka go shoot that bitch. Luka
all-star game too though. Like, first of all, Jokic only gonna play about 5 minutes as it is. He ain't an all-star dude, but good luck, USA. Good luck. I did like Tyrese Maxey after seeing that he was a starter. He was like, I want to thank all my fellow Americans for this honor. That made me laugh. We gonna need it. We gonna need it.
We're gonna need all 8 of them steals he got yesterday too.
You said what?
I like Maxey. I really do. I like Max. He's I like his game. I like this game.
Jay asks, where is SGA playing?
He could be the 2. He the only nigga that got an actual defined position in that bitch.
The 1 or the 2. It's him and Luka. Your choice. Which one the point guard? Which one the shooting guard? Your choice.
The fact that Luka is 2 inches shorter than the possible 4 or 3. Giannis. They got him at 6'11". They got him at 6'11". Luka is 6'9".
Yeah, Luka like 6'7".
I
don't think nowhere lists him at 6'9", but
yeah, I know.
But to that point,
6'8" on ESPN.
If you look at the starters,
also Giannis on 6'11".
If you look at the starters,
we know that too. We know he's 7 feet. But
there's anyone on the American team that's taller than Luka.
No,
the starters.
Davis was like 6'6", and Jaylen Brown's like 6'6",
6'5". Jaylen Brown's like 6'5", 6'6". So like the point guard, quote unquote, for World is bigger than anyone listed on Team USA. Like that's the.
But that was pretty much what I was getting at. Like your point guard is almost the same size as your bigs. It's nuts.
Yeah, but I mean they gonna have some reserve bigs, but they gonna need Bam Adebayo. They gonna need who's an American big? Jalen Johnson. They gonna need
Chet.
Yeah, Chet, Duran, Johnson, Mobley.
Yep. They gonna need some bigs. They got the guards already.
Most of those dudes are like on the bubble of even making All-Star team. So,
and then it's like how the World filled out too, because I think Jamal Murray's there. I think Denny Avdi is there.
Yeah.
I think Sengun is there.
Yeah.
That's your 8.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a tough squad to get out of here. Let's do some wrestling before we wrap up and get up out of here, because Saturday night main event is this weekend. Right now, it's a 3-match card, and I'm actually kind of interested in the matches on this particular card here.
So I was a week early. I thought it was last week for Saturday night main event. Thankfully, it was not. This card though is a bit interesting. I'm not gonna hold you. So we have a fatal 4-way match. We have a rematch of sorts with WrestleMania implications with Cody versus Jacob Fatu, and we have the women's tag team titles from Raw being defended. So hold on, let me go on over. So the first thing is the fatal 4-way match. We got Damian Priest, we got Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, and
Randy.
Yeah, I think it's Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So of them 4, I don't know if Trick. I don't think they're gonna get Trick early, but he got star power already. Like he's already like hot and over. But I can see Randy to have the match at Rumble.
Wait. Let's set the table real quick. This is a match to determine who is fighting at Royal Rumble.
Yes, it's the number one contenders match for who will be challenging the champion at the Rumble.
Okay, but then it could be then.
I can see Randy doing it.
I think Sami Zayn might be someone who wins the Rumble. I think Sami Zayn's on my short list of guys I think can win the Rumble this year. Trick Williams getting the title shot already. But what losing do?
It's his first title. If he wins, it will be his first title shot.
It's for the big belt.
Keep him in the big belt picture at the moment, especially during Mania season, which will probably end up putting him on the Mania card at some point. Or it can be a night type situation where they keep kind of dingling the food and shit, but they don't never really pull the trigger type shit. But they keep putting him in these situations because the fans love him at the moment.
So 2 things to keep in mind. One, this week's Saturday night main event is in Montreal.
Okay, so
which is where Sami is from.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Rumble is in Saudi Arabia, and he's made being a Muslim part of his identity. So I'm just gonna say the stars are aligned for this to kind of be Sami, like to build towards Sami. Like you get him a big reaction with his win on Saturday, and then also give him the home court advantage, home ring advantage.
He finally gets
for the
strap.
Rumble.
The big strap.
I don't know if it's necessarily him, but at least like that makes it a much bigger match because he's fighting for it. And like maybe that's the first match on the card and he loses, but then he comes back at the end of the night and wins the Rumble.
That could work too. Because
I love Sami, but I don't want that. Y'all know I've been a Sami fan for. I don't want that.
You don't want him to lose, then come back and win the Rumble. No. You'd rather just one or the other.
One or the other. Like I fuck with my boy. I've been wanting him to get the belt forever.
But why not?
Honestly, I feel like if we're gonna do all this build up for Saturday night main event and it's been shit leading up to it, and then you turn around and you at the Rumble and you have your whole title match, like that's a lot of real estate that we're giving Sami already. To be honest with you, that's a lot of attention.
You're trying to build him up as the guy that wins at Mania. Like you kind of gotta give him
the screen time,
the struggle, but he's had years of struggle of not getting the belt and plenty title shots already. Like that's already there.
The payoff got to come at some point.
Short attention span, my brother. Like they heat it up for you like in the immediate future. Like if they're doing something within the immediate future. So again, I'll just say keep those 2 things in mind as you're trying to pick winners. But it's WWE. Anything can happen. Honestly, like with Unreal dropping this week, like sometimes they just do shit just for the sake of we just need a little bit more like background, drama to go along. So.
I've seen some of the clips coming out from this season, and boy,
I ain't seen none of them. I've been avoiding them. I seen pop up like, nope.
I'll just say one clip. Road Dogg was talking about Chelsea Green and what they like put the belt on her and this and this and this and that. Then they're like, okay, let's say we do that. Then what happens? And he was like, no idea.
That's what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like. With a lot of niggas, to be fair. It really be, give him the belt. Okay, then what?
Call us, WWE. Call us. We'll
give you something to do.
Figure it out. But no, that's part of why like I'm actually looking forward to Saturday night main event this weekend. Like it's only a 3-match card right now, but at least all the matches. Like I'm here for all the matches on this particular card. Like the Fatal 4-Way. I'm not sure who wins. I don't think it's Trick though. I just don't see them bringing him up to make him lose right away. I just don't see them putting the belt on him right away. So I'm like, I don't think it's Trick. Probably not Damian Priest. He just kind of feels like he was thrown in here because he was somebody. So let's keep his name fresh. I think it's either Randy or Sami for this one, but it depends on what they plan to do for the Rumble. But I can't call it.
Yeah. I get Damian because they do love Damian Priest. They've been pushing him. He kind of been staying up there close to the main title picture Like, though he's in it now with this fatal 4-way stuff, but he's kind of been floating around it after he lost the belt. So he never really got knocked down a peg like that. He had his feud with Judgment Day and everything like that. And then him and Rhea became the Terror Twins. So it's like they still keeping him relevant. They still keeping him up and shit like that. Like, but I'm with you. I don't think Priest wins it. Not saying that he couldn't. It's just I don't think in that situation.
He would have the worst odds in this match, in my opinion, to win it.
You tease Randy getting another title. You tease Sami Zayn winning it at home. You tease the new guy coming in.
And then, to be clear, the Randy one, I don't think it's for the. I just think it's because he's so bulletproof. Like, if Randy lose, it don't matter whether he wins or lose. Yeah, at this point, we know who Randy is. But 2 more matches on the card. Which other match do you want to hit next?
So the next one is the Women's Tag Team Championship match. We got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, who are the champs, versus Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. There's been a lot of talk about. So recently, I seen some right before we started recording that WWE has been having a lot of meetings and conversations about Liv Morgan and being in WrestleMania. Like, they're now scrambling, like, no, she has to be part of Mania, and we're gonna get some big plans for her. So at the moment, her being in this match, one, trying to reclaim a title that she never lost because she got hurt. Mm-hmm. So that's what this story is, more so like, hey, her and Roxanne, though they bumped heads initially because she came in with that. Now all of a sudden they're partners. They're trying to get the belts back, this, that, and the third. And they're overcoming Io and Rhea, who are, to be fair, 2 of the bigger names in the women's division. So you take the straps off of them, you give them something to do around Rumble and Mania separately. So I'm thinking that maybe Liv and Roxanne do get their belt back. Or at least Liv gets her belt back and Roxanne gets a tag title. Now Roxanne has a championship on her belt. She's working with a vet. She's in the faction.
Well, she was a champ. She's replaced champ, right?
You said what?
It don't really matter, but like she's already been a champ too. Like she was a tag team champ with Raquel.
Yeah, with Raquel. But now it's like Raquel's chasing the women's title. So the women of Judgment Day are now title chasing. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. That gives them all, and this is something to do. It keeps Judgment Day relevant, things like that. So I can see them, like, again, kind of like the bulletproof thing. If Rio and Io lose, they don't care like that. Not the tag team belts. Like, okay, y'all were the big superstar names that they put together for the tag titles, right, for probably transitional champs. Nobody's going to burn the world down that they lost the belts. We were surprised they won it in the first place. So I think that the Judgment Day women are going to take that one.
I think Rhea and Io retain on this one for now. Just because they recently got the belts, but I do think the tag team belts more than any other ones are like belts that can change hands fairly quickly, where it's like the wind has changed in different direction. We going this way now. Yeah. So like if it is and new, I wouldn't be surprised, but I like what Rhea and Io are building. And I think personally, this is more of a fan selection than like me logically thinking of how do you book this coming next, but I just want Io and Rhea to kind of continue to have this moment together. They've been fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always assume that they put them together because they didn't have like prominent Mania matches, and this is a way to kind of get them on the card.
Could be.
But I also don't know what they're doing with the women's championship, so we'll see. I don't know. I do like that. That's one thing about Triple H's booking, it seems so far, is he leaves his options open for the most part. Like aside from like the Cody Roman stuff, which it seems like he's kind of above his head at this point. I think that all the other stuff is kind of like you have multiple storylines going on simultaneously that kind of overlap a little bit, and then whatever shakes out, and that's what you go with.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit less predictable than the way that his predecessor did it.
And it gives you a lot more flexibility too to adjust as needed along the way.
Which, speaking of which, are like I'm not too tapped in with wrestling currently, but like Dom and LA Knight, like are they hurt? Like I feel like I haven't seen like clips of them on social recently.
Dom has been. I don't know where LA Knight has been. To be honest with you, that's a great question.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
But Dom has been cool. Well, while you look that up, the last match on the card is Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu.
Fatu!
That feels like a match Fatu has to win, right?
God damn. LA Knight got a cracked sternum.
Oh, low.
He's out indefinitely. He got hurt on December 8th.
Wait, like for real or like storyline?
I'm just read it off. LA Knight is currently injured with a cracked sternum and has been absent from WWE programming since December 8th. WWE confirmed his injury and stated he is out indefinitely. Despite this, he was scheduled to travel to Germany for Raw, which may lead to his return to the ring soon. The storyline surrounding his injury has been intense with brutal attacks from the Division, and his absence has left a significant gap on the roster.
They did jump him last time I saw him,
and he wasn't in Germany.
Okay, well, he was there. He just went on camera, which is possible that he was just in the back.
Yeah, it says LA Knight's WWE absence explained after return rumors. Yeah, because that's all. I didn't see him there, but apparently he was in the back. Okay.
Well,
yeah, that explains him.
Right. Explains.
Oh, no, he was not brought to Germany.
Okay.
They said, according to the January 6th update from Fightful Select, LA Knight was not brought to Germany despite being listed on internal WWE travel documents leading up to the show. While early reports suggested Knight was scheduled to fly overseas ahead of Raw, those plans never materialized.
It be like that sometimes.
Probably hurt for real.
Well, best wishes to LA Knight going forward. But Fatu and Rose, I'm going Jacob in that one.
Yeah. Cody can go ahead and take a couple, start his losing streak.
He ain't got no belt right now either. So, like,
I'm cool with that. Another bulletproof. Like, well, I don't know. If he get on a little losing streak, people might turn against him.
I don't know if they'll turn against him, but I think it makes it more interesting. Of like, hey, falling on hard times here, champ.
I would say Roman had a while he was losing. So did McIntyre. So like everybody pretty much had a nice losing streak. Oscar was undefeated, lost him for a while. Finn was losing for years.
The losing streaks you're all mentioning are varying in lanes. But we got to get to that Cody heel turn at some point. And losing always can be a way to bring out the villain. Just ask Giannis.
I'm sick of this shit.
Giannis, the villain year. Of course, the villain year happens in the year that's been the worst season since 15-16.
Which did we ever talk about the Boo Gate on here?
No,
I
didn't. No,
don't think so.
We kind of touched on it like, boo, all right.
Yeah, whatever, dog. They weren't booing you directly, Giannis, and I would hope that he understands that now after the heat of the moment has passed. But Saturday main event, it should be interesting. I'll be curious to see if another match gets thrown on there before the actual card. But I'm locked into this Sunday Night Heat plus experience of Saturday night main event. It gives me Sunday Night Heat, just sometimes a little bit more upscale. But
I'm on a lot better matches.
Should be good.
We do have two comments to catch up on just before we get out of here. Shaolin says Sammy or Fatu wins the World Rumble. Quick shout out to Thug Rose representing 4-on-4 this weekend UFC. I don't know what that means, but shout out Thug Rose. And then winning
from the area, I'm assuming.
Huh?
I'm looking up Thug Rose right now.
Okay. And then winning to lose is Sammy's whole thing. So yeah, like winning Saturday just to lose at the Rumble will kind of be part for the course with him.
Yeah, Thug Rose. She's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Like her name, Rose and Munches.
Her name is Rose Gertrude. Gertrude is her middle name. I love it. Thug Rose. She's fighting out of Denver, Colorado.
Rose doesn't look how I expected her to.
You said the what?
The Thug Rose doesn't look how I imagined her to, based on her.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That's dope.
Shout out to her. All right, last thing before we get out of here. Shout out to Indiana on winning the college football national championship. I've seen so many people just being like, how weird is it to say that Indiana is the national champions? As somebody who has I don't watch college football. I was cheering for the U because I liked the documentary on ESPN that made me a big like, oh, I like what Miami got. That's cool. I don't do college football. Like, it's not my thing. If I had to pick a college football team, it would be Michigan because I lived there for a bit. Like the Red Wings. I don't really watch hockey, but the Red Wings are my team in that sport.
And because you hate Wisconsin.
I hate who?
And because you hate Wisconsin, the University of Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. I'm never cheering for the Badgers in anything. So that's not happening. What about this Indiana team was so unlikely? Like, is it the programming, like the history of the program, where it's like they have not been a powerhouse for years.
New like Indiana's basketball.
That's your state. Yeah, I think of basketball when I think of Indiana before anything.
Like, and the fact that they went undefeated this year too, and the fact that this is the third year in a row that the Big Ten has won a championship now, because it was Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana now.
I mean, they got like 20 teams in the Big Ten now, so
true. But SEC was 13 out of 17 years type shit. The ACC in the middle of it, so the Big Ten now having 3 in a row and like monster ass teams. Like that Michigan team was cold. Shout out to JJ McCarthy. But then the Ohio State team was nice, and then this year is like Mendoza's gonna probably be the number 1 player off the board. Like he's pegged as number 1 quarterback, number 1 player outside of Bain from Miami, who's the defensive end. Like that's a big boy. That's a big motherfucker boy. But so he's slated like number 2. Like them two are arguably 1 and 2. So 2 of the best players are in the national championship game. That's fair. On both the opposite sides of the ball too. So it was one of those part of the story thing too. Like, oh, this is gonna be dope. But no, shout out to Indiana. Like I don't never really say shit like that because I'm a Wisconsin fan. But that was good for them. Like it really was. Like it had it been like Penn State or anybody else like that, Rutgers or any of them too. Like, congrats, bro. Not USC and them. Y'all new to this shit. Y'all still got some of that old blood on you. Your old smell on you.
I just want to point out. So Curt Cignetti is their head coach. He took over in 2024. He has a 27-2 record as Indiana coach. I'm just gonna go in reverse order on the records of the coaches that preceded him: 33-49, 26-46, 19-30, 9-14, 8-27, 18-37, 69-67-3, 3-8, 41-68, 31-51, 20-41. So like they've never had a sustained period of success as a program pretty much in their history. It looks like I have to go all the way back to Bo McMillan, 1934 to 1947 to find an Indiana football coach that has a winning record.
Say that one more time.
Which part? The last part?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to go all the way back to Bo McMillan, who was the head coach from 1934 to 1947 to find a Indiana football coach that has a winning record as Indiana's football coach.
Wow.
So, yeah, they were 3-9 the year before Cignetti took over.
And look at it. You said that the record, only 2 losses over his 2 years.
And that was last year. Because
they were undefeated this year.
Last year it was really
one of them was a loss in the ball game.
You said what?
Shell said that's the Lee Corso years, Eric.
Yeah.
Lee Corso was 41-68. Well, sorry, 41-68-2. I'll give him credit for his 2 ties.
Hey, he fell right into that damn job, didn't he? Fell right on up. That's what they fucking do, bro. I'm so sick of that shit.
He was undefeated in bowl games, technically, because he won one and that was the whole
He was playing in the carpet bowl and shit, the vacuum bowl, the Coke bottle bowl. Like they was in that bullshit. The Michelin tire tread bowl.
Listen, you have to go back damn near a century to find a head coach that has a winning record in that program. So that's why it's one of the most unlikely rises in college football history, because there's zero precedent for success in Indiana.
And they wasn't fucking with them at all last year. They was like, Indiana, y'all winning these games, but we don't know if you guys are legitimate or not. For them to come back this year and be like, no, fuck that. We finna run through everybody now.
Oh boy, that does a great job of explaining Indiana actually did it. I can see putting it into that context. I understand. Shout out to Indiana.
If like the Lions win, we'd be like, okay, like congrats, bro. Like y'all got one finally. I'm not mad at it.
It would be like if I don't know, the Pirates just out of nowhere became like the Dodgers. Like,
okay, bro. Y'all got it.
Woo, child. All right. Well, shout out to them, and we're gonna get out of here. For everybody in the, I don't know how large this area is of this winter weather advisory is, of the cold sweeping the Midwest. I know for sure it's about to be cold.
Going east too. So it leaves us to go straight to New York and them.
It's gonna be cold. So everybody stay warm, stay warm, stay warm. Take care of yourselves, and tell Ken, if y'all see him on social media, whatever, just give him a little good try. How's Cancun this time of year, and all the things. Tell him we saw you ain't show up this week. Didn't want to face the music.
So you got a little tan on you. and that sun on that beach, I see.
As a reminder, make sure y'all subscribe, follow, like all the things on Tech File on this YouTube video as you're watching. If you're listening on the audio side of things, make sure you share the show, share it on YouTube as well. Follow us on all the socials: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Technical File, TECKNICALFOUL, Technical File Podcast on Facebook and YouTube.
So,
if you would like to follow me, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. I think that's about it. At Camille Monet, CAMILOE MONAE. And let me just quickly say, I really hate TikTok because every time someone sends you a TikTok link, it doesn't open up right away into whatever it is they sent you. Like, it's another video that starts to play. Then you get an alert like, hey, someone sent you this video. I hate it. Don't send me do not send me TikToks. I hate it. Send me a link to get me there directly. I don't know why TikTok does that. And I hate
that's how like this you thing is people send them to me and I go right into the video.
No, I click it and it's another video that starts, and then it's like so-and-so sent you a video. And then it's like, click here now to watch it. And then I don't like it. I don't like it. Give me the instant video, please.
But sorry, I'm the Eric J. You was getting your shit off. I was just want to know. Don't follow me.
File Tech File. Ken's not here. Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 everywhere else. Again, let him know how y'all feel about his Bears.
You really trying to get somebody cussed out?
Nah. And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. I ain't yelling. My kid is asleep now, so y'all have a good night.
Look at you, responsible.
I might still bust in the door, busting out the band. Boom! You sleep in this bitch? All right, good night.
Oh no, you ain't gotta do all that now. You just let the boy sleep. Let him sleep. All right, y'all. We are out of here. Appreciate y'all.